For anyone who is joining us for the first time or doesn't know, I've been writing about this topic, this theme for the month of August, all about cultivating trust and working with betrayal, really working with trust and betrayal and understanding how to cultivate the conditions where we deepen our awareness and practice of both. And this week, the theme has been working with trustworthiness and deceit. And yesterday, we had quite a lengthy conversation about that particular idea. Today, I'd like to bring forward a very simple yet extremely profound concept, karma. I am by no means an expert on karma. I simply want to explain to you or share with you how karma comes alive in me as a way of working with cultivating the conditions for becoming more trustworthy and working with the conditions that have created our actions and expressions of deceit. And it is connected to karma. And so we're going to take a little bit of time thinking about that, just allowing that to settle. And then today, our meditation is simply going to be the breathing meditation that I have shared with everyone. I am sharing these teachings. If you'd like to receive them, just send me your email. Send the email to soulcenterspokane@gmail.com. Lo will post it in the chat, and I will send you all of the writing for this month. It is offered freely, and may it be of support and service to your practice. And with that, let's go ahead and begin. I don't know where my chime is. It's just a funky day. Let's let it be. Is it up there nearby, Scott? Oh, thank you, love. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. All righty. So let's invite the chime to sing as a way of calling the mind, the body, the mood, the stories to attention. And let's see if we can bring everything to a place of calm settling. Welcome, everyone. This is the Spokane Sangha, and this is the practice of Recovery Dharma, a Buddhist-inspired approach to exploring habit energy. One of the things that we do in the Spokane Sangha is we take the surgeon's light off of our substance use and misuse, and we invite a quieter light. And we begin to look at the conditions that support and go underneath the cultivation of this habit energy as a maladaptive way of coping. In this community, we are highly dedicated to cultivating the conditions for curiosity and openness, spaciousness, loving kindness, compassion, joy, and equanimity. I'd like to just invite you to turn your gaze inward and allow your attention to visit the body, taking a very superficial notice of any tension. Scott was leading me through yoga today, and so I'm noticing just a little bit of tension in my shoulders, which is incredibly habitual for me. So I'm going to move my shoulders a little bit as I settle in. Take a moment with the breath to become a little bit more aware of your mood and the emotions that you've been working with, the emotions that have maybe been governing your morning. And without any judgment, just observe. See if you can identify the emotional landscapes that you've been traveling this morning. And with gentle awareness, see if you can take stock of any thoughts that have been sticking in the mind, lingering. See if you have any stories attached to that thought. As I mentioned this morning, I started my morning frustrated because I couldn't get my computer to do what I wanted it to do. And I have a very long history and relationship with computer technology that has created a story in my mind that is very quick to suggest I'm not smart, I'm not savvy. It's a very diminishing voice. It's a really dismissive narrative. And the reality is, it's also true. And I have to sit with that. It's like, dang it. It's true. Darn it. I'm not really that savvy. I don't enjoy problem-solving computers. In fact, I kind of loathe it. So I have all this resistance, which really inhibits me. And even while that's true, the truth is that I'm enormously resourceful. I got in contact with the goddess of all operations this morning, and this person is highly savvy and highly tech wise. And with her help, we're going to get this sorted. And so I can relax and I can put down that story that it's all on me. Ooh, and let's allow that to be a bit of our theme as we go into a brief exploration of karma. This notion that it's all on me. It all comes down to me. Everything is about me. It's all my responsibility. And let's take a moment to apply the wisdom of that's true and not the whole truth. So karma means actions. My actions are my responsibility. Remember last week and even the week before, we were revisiting the 5 remembrances. I am of the nature to grow old. I am of the nature to have ill health. I am of the nature to die. All of the things that I love and cherish will be separated from me, and my actions are my one true belonging. My actions matter. Your actions matter, but your actions have more to do about you than they do about me. My reaction to your action is mine. And karma, in its most simple form as an action, simply invites us to examine the attachment we have to positive actions yield positive things, negative actions yield negative things. And it is in an idea, in a context of positive equals reward, negative equals punishment. Karma as an action is neutral. And while we're experiencing the negative fruit of our negative action, it feels like we're being punished. There's no doubt about it. There's a relative truth to that, but the absolute truth is when we can cultivate a degree of neutrality about our own actions, we aren't so haunted by them. We're not going to run away from our negative actions. We're not going to try to cling and attach to the things that make us feel good. We're going to be able to look at with a whole bunch of spaciousness those actions that yield things that are encouraging and hopeful and loving, and those actions that bring harm, angst, confusion. And with a degree of neutrality, we can simply begin to explore the conditions for those actions. And if we don't want to feel confused, malcontent, annoyed, whatever it is, we will endeavor to understand and shift those conditions so that our actions align less with those negative consequences. Likewise, when we are in situations where we receive positive reinforcement, praise, encouragement, acceptance, we feel held and seen in our vulnerability. Rather than chase after those, rather than cling to those experiences, we simply create some space, neutral space, to look at, okay, what are the conditions that are creating and generating those experiences for me? It feels good. So I want more of that. I want to cultivate more of those conditions. And in this practice, we're motivated to do that, not for just our own benefit, but to be of benefit to other people, so that we can act in ways that reduce harm and promote loving kindness, compassion, joy, freedom. In the most basic context of this theme, we are working to understand the conditions surrounding trustworthy situations, trustworthiness in me and trustworthiness in a situation or other people. We're also looking at the conditions where deceit will arise. And as we begin this exploration, as you begin to really think about it, you'll begin to realize just how complex this is. There are positive, negative, neutral qualities within trustworthiness. There are positive, negative, neutral qualities within deceit. The more you can understand the layer upon layer upon layer of these qualities, the more informed your actions will be. And the more able you become to dispel misery in yourself and, by extension, the world. Let's breathe a mantra meditation using the 4 limitless qualities. Breathing in loving kindness. Breathing out care, presence, patience. These are qualities of loving kindness that we can cultivate. And there are many, many more qualities associated with loving kindness. And so I encourage you to highlight those qualities that speak to you. Breathing in loving kindness, breathing out qualities of loving kindness alive in you. Breathing in compassion. Breathing out just like me. All beings want to be safe, acknowledged, loved. Breathing in compassion. Breathing out just like me. All beings know afflicted minds and want to feel ease. Breathing in compassion. Breathing out just like me. Breathing in joy. Breathing out small wonders. What are the small wonders in your life? Cup of morning coffee, a hummingbird, physical health and well-being, from the smallest thing to the most spectacular wonders. Breathing in joy. Breathing out your small wonders. Breathing in joy. Breathing out small wonders. Don't forget the eyebrow practice. We heard reference to that this week, and the eyebrow practice is to just play with your eyebrows and notice that when you lift your eyebrows, everything is put into the context of curiosity and questioning. Oh, wow. And then when you furrow your eyebrows, things get a little darker, a little edgier. Notice. Notice what your eyebrows do for you. Breathing in equanimity, inclusivity, freedom. This is our capacity to hold the good and the bad and the neutral. So we breathe out acceptance, harmony, balance. Breathing in inclusivity. Breathing out sacred paradox, working with both. Breathing in equanimity, which helps us cultivate non-attachment. And when we do, we can breathe out truly freedom. Breathing in presence to it all. Breathing out, I am here. The last thing I'd like to do is dedicate this practice today with some merit to just acknowledge the goodness that we have cultivated here today. I'd like to bring forward a slight shift in perspective, and that is that when we are governed by habit energy and we are in the throes of confusion and unskillfulness, a story can begin to develop in the mind that we can't trust ourselves. We can't trust ourselves to make good decisions. We can't trust ourselves to say the right thing. We can't trust ourselves to act in the right way. And all of that might be true. And none of it is the whole truth. Because within you, you also have a great capacity of acting wisely and skillfully and with integrity. That has simply been buried under the rubble of habit energy. So we are endeavoring to excavate that. And to do that, we have to remember that we are the leaders and the masters of our own lives. So I'd like to share with you a blessing by John O'Donohue. And this is from his book, To Bless the Space Between Us. And this is a blessing for leaders. The leaders that we keep focusing on out there, the real leader is you and me. These are John O'Donohue's words. May you have the grace and wisdom to act kindly, learning to distinguish between what is personal and what is not. May you be hospitable to criticism. May you never put yourself at the center of things. May you act not from arrogance, but out of service. May you work on yourself, building up and refining the ways of your mind. May those who work for you see you and excuse me, somebody's knocking on our window. May those who work for you know you see and respect them. May you learn to cultivate the art of presence in order to engage with those who meet you. Here's a good one. When someone fails or disappoints you, may the graciousness with which you engage be their stairway to renewal and refinement. May you treasure the gifts of the mind through reading and creative thinking, so that you continue as a servant of the frontier. And I'll just end with this last one. May leadership be, for you, a true adventure of growth. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being the extraordinary leaders, teachers, and wise friends. Thank you for bringing your beautiful practice here today. We'll see you next time. Namaste.
Namaste, everyone, and enjoy.